PUA and unemployment assistance from Florida finally starts paying. This is incredible, great news, and this is a second stimulus check update. Good afternoon, everyone. This is another second stimulus check update, and this is LALATE with exciting news about PUA and unemployment assistance, and we'll be answering your incredible questions from yesterday. Thanks for tuning in. As always, like and subscribe to this channel and drop your comments below, and we may feature them in tomorrow's recording. This is a second stimulus check and stimulus package update with great news about another state that's finally got their ass together after a long haul. That state is Florida. Viewers of this channel have detailed over the last few weeks when PUA and UI went live, PUA went live around April 28th in most states, but Florida wasn't paying a penny. Well, Florida, according to some viewers, is starting to roll out the money. Here's the great news about in the second stimulus check update is that if your state has not paid out your PUA or UI benefits, you're in the processing mode, your back pay has not been paid, your retroactive benefits are still lagging, you'll wake up one morning and there'll be a huge deposit there, because what states are doing is that they're funneling and then sending all the money together that you've not received. The money could come in two groups. You could get the $600 per week from the federal government in one deposit, and then the money from your state for the UI benefits in another deposit. Sometimes they come in two different methods. One may come by paper check in the mail. One may come by direct deposit. I've seen where states say that they send all their benefits one way, and yet the $600 still came in another way. So that is exciting news. The PUA benefits, as you know, pay you $600 from the federal government every week that you're impacted by COVID-19 from the month of March to the month of July. You have to have been impacted by COVID-19 in a series of ways that include actually contracting COVID-19 or reduction of number of hours, even partially as an independent contractor, that you could not work in your full capacity or could not reach your place of employment as place of work as well. UI or PUA benefits that this channel has been detailing in second stimulus check videos, usually the third of every one, a second stimulus check video every day, details sort of the calculations that you have to go through. And yesterday I detailed extensively that, this amount, this base amount is about $700 per week. Why do I say $700 per week? It's because you get the base amount from your state, depending on, despite all other factors, which is anywhere from about $139 to $169. Then you get the $600 from the federal government on top of that. Two common questions that I get about that are the following. One, if you're an independent contractor, you clearly have never paid payroll, so do you still get PUA? Yes. Two, what date is the benefits starting from? Well, when you go to certify for your benefits, hopefully you did it correctly, and it's from the date in which you're impacted. So if you got COVID-19, contracted it in the month of March, it's from that date. If you were you were on a business lockdown, your place of business was shut down in March, that's the date. So if you applied for PUA in May, you need to put that March date. If you didn't, hot mess is going to happen, hotter than the mess that's in Florida right now with the heat and COVID cases, unfortunately. What's going to happen is they may not pay those back benefits. But if you did it correctly, that's great news. It will come to you. They're slow in paying the retroactive benefits. But let me get to 120 of your PUA questions from yesterday. Monique Francis, no Javita late? Yes, she makes an appearance tonight. DeFlo next chapter. My girlfriend applied for unemployment and she's working part-time. She qualified for $50 a week and still gained back pay for California. Camilla LaRue, she could actually say yes, the lady with the broken leg. The lady with the broken leg, that was enough for yesterday. Duterte Zasser, I'm in North Carolina. I'm self-employed. I applied in March, and as of 6/20, my application is still pending. So that's good. You know why that's good? It's not good that you haven't got your money, but it's good the word pending is there. Words that you don't want to like, words that you don't want to see, and you don't want to like, are ineligible. That means you're not going to get paid for that week, or declined. But pending means they're just still waiting to process it. People always ask me all the time what do these particular words mean. Kevin McCoy from Pennsylvania, I applied 3 weeks ago, self-employed. Once applied online, approved, went back in March to the weekly, claimed for each benefit. That was on Friday. I got a check for each week. I applied for both state and federal the next Tuesday. I'm blessed. You must go through every question every Sunday that runs a benefit. If you go back full time, just stop claiming. Once you file for the state, automatically it's on the pipeline. This hopefully is helpful. Yes, so as I detailed, you have to certify for benefits every week. What does that mean? You have to go into the portal and click, and it'll ask you what happened the week of May 4th. You have to certify for benefits. When you go through that, it'll say finalized processing. And with that, then you'll show your base level benefit 167. Another question I get all the time. It sometimes shows on the portal just the base level benefit, the 167. It doesn't show the 600. Why is it not there? Don't worry. It does. They know they have to pay. They know they're going to pay you the 600. It just sometimes doesn't show because that's the way the websites are set up. Lorraine in Pennsylvania, it seems like liking to see something on this state. Thank you. So tell me what the situation is in Pennsylvania. Have you gotten your benefits? Tell me more, and I'll help you tomorrow. DeFlo, if I qualify for UI, am I still going to get back pay for the 14 weeks, which was my first time certifying my weeks? Yes, absolutely. If you go into your portal and you look at the eligibility window and it shows you are eligible from March to December, you're going to get it. If it shows you're eligible from June to December, you're not going to get it. You did something wrong. Regarding going back to work, I don't know who this was. In Texas, we request our payments bi-weekly. You ask each week you're going to work. The money earned is deducted right. So in some states, you don't do it weekly. Sometimes you do bi-weekly. And if you go back to work, then you indicate how much money you make, and that's reduced from it. Robert Henson in Georgia, if you do not apply for 2 weeks in a row, they drop you off the rolls. Interesting. I've been detailing extensively the last 2 days that it's not quite clear. Some states drop you from their system if you don't certify, even because you went back to work. Annette Jackson, I'm all eyes. Karen, if I got a small business affected by COVID-19, receive a pension, Social Security, am I eligible for PUA? It depends. It actually says in the certification each week, did you get benefits that week? 700 Club, Bombshell, well, I got my grant. Ray, yes, you can get UI and PUA in California. No, absolutely untrue. I don't think that's true. I was about to correct myself. I don't think that's true. I don't think you can get PUA and UI in California at the same time for the same person because it's basically the same amount of benefits. I don't think that's true, but I'm not positive. If you know the answer, drop in the comments below. Lorraine Johnson keeps saying unresolved issue for weeks now. Unresolved is not a good word. That is not a good word. It means there's something wrong with your application. You're going to have to get them on the phone. Felicia, love your channel since day one. You're saving our business currently for a higher loan amount. You request to send our IRS fingers crossed. Nicole Ford, so Corona will last into hot summer? I'm confused. I saw this comment. Let me read it again. Nicole Ford, so Corona will continue into hot weather? Confused. Absolutely. Corona exists in any type of weather. So please don't think that the pandemic, which is still not in the second wave, it's in the first wave, is going to go away. H2I, I've been notified by unemployment that work search waiver for PUA is ending July 18th. Oh, that's really big news. So as you know, for PUA, you don't have to look for work every week. This person was told that that waiver that you don't have to look for work every week ends in July 18th. Interesting. Wow, I learned something today. Natas, for those who are unemployed in Florida and haven't been paid, don't worry. You'll get your money sooner or later. I only have 1 quarter of taxable proof of credits. Reported taxable income earned $4,000 in first work. Last week I got 2 direct deposits. Okay, so here's a Florida viewer. I got 2 direct deposits for retroactive pay back to March. One on Thursday, one on Friday. One was for $1,100. That was for 10 weeks at $113. That's after tax. So it's $125 in Florida. And I elected to have taxes pulled out. The second one was for $540 times 10 weeks, $4,860. That's $600 a week. Boy, boy, this is like a 2-page comment. So what she's saying is great. It's that Florida pays $113 per week, and you get $600 from the federal government. She was owed 10 weeks of benefits. She was waiting around in Florida getting nothing. But finally, she got 10 weeks of benefits. She got 2 deposits. One was for the $113 times 10, and one was for the $600 towards 10. As I detailed to you yesterday, you can ask to withdraw the taxes, or you can just wait and pay the taxes on next year. My advice is to keep track of whatever you do and don't switch. She chose to have the taxes withdrawn. Phoenix, I only clicked to ask what the extra zero. I know, there was a mistake. How? They ask now if they're able to go to work and then write in an option on the empty box explaining why you couldn't work. When you answer no, it should be a box to explain why you couldn't, and if you couldn't, write in an empty box. TCH, which color does LALATE look better in? Blind you red, angelic white. I only care about the scars. Deep blue sear, light sky blue, showing you love from Oregon. If you don't know, the camera sort of distorts the colorization. This is a gray and white shirt, by the way, so it may come up as black. Eileen, I applied for PUA and they're trying to give me UI. What should I do to fix it? I've said that before. I mean, if they put you in UI, then just take it. If they're paying the benefits. If something just hits me in the face. If you can keep yourself in PUA and tell them, hey, don't put me in the wrong place, then do it. Antonio Carlos, I love your LALATE videos. Awesome job. Question, I'm a sole proprietor, small business landlord. I report all my rental income with the state of California IRS. That being said, would I qualify for PUA? Yes. I've tried after times calling them busy. I can never get a real person. They don't answer the phone. It's awful. California is horrible with their call center, but wonderful in paying benefits. So you are PUA. I can't recall if California requires you, Antonio, to apply for UI and get a denial. As I said, some states require you to apply for UI and get a denial. As an independent contractor, you're not UI. You're not an employee. You're not unemployed. Before you do a PUA, I can't remember California. I think they require it. Diana Radley, in New York, PUA goes back to late April and not always back to the date of last employment. Wow. A Flamin, I'm starting to get confused. PUA is supposed to stop on July 31st. The $600 from the federal government stops on July 31st. Victor, I live in California, received PPP yesterday. Do I have to cancel PUA? Or can I use PPP for October and November and continue unemployment until end of July? Hell, PPP and PUA conflict. The reason why they conflict is that PPP, you have to spend the money and get everyone back to work and then submit those receipts to get the PPP loan forgiveness turned into a grant. Well, if you're getting back to work, then how are you able to get PUA benefits? You're not. The only way you may get PUA benefits if you get back to work in a partial capacity and it's less than your PUA benefits, which I don't think is really the situation with you. If you're a business owner and you got to get everyone back to work, then you can't have PUA at the same time. Ricardo Hall, business as usual. Thank you. Vicky Vaught. Depends on the state of the broken leg. Again with a broken leg. Gustavo Soto. Hey, question, is the gross income that counts an increase on my state PUA money, or is it the net income? Whew, I forgot that answer. I don't remember. I don't remember. I think it's gross, but I know that do not consider the one that's after the deductions. Randy Bly. Hey, it's Randy from Alabama again. I'm attempting to get UI and PUA. I'm a DBA and an owner. My 1044 shows $900 loss from my first business year. Our UI and PUA system is determined by money for the prior 12 months. Correct. When my money owned shows negative $9,000. If PUA is for people with 1099, where do I go for self-employment business owner? And how do I show them PUA is designed for me and my earnings are relevant for determination of eligibility? So, great questions. You are independent. You're an independent contractor, so you're PUA. You're not UI. You can't be You're not. You would not be in UI because UI is for employees. Unemployment assistance for employees. You're not an employee. You are an independent contractor. The fact that you had a loss, and you can have a loss for a lot of different reasons. I mean, you get a loss because you had, $1 million in revenue last year, but you bought a $1.5 million truck to run your business, so you can have a loss. That doesn't mean you don't qualify for PUA benefits. PUA benefits may will bring you in at the base level benefits of your state. And now, if you want to escalate for benefits, then you're going to get into the whole mess of them arguing, well, did you have a loss or not? But if you're not, you're just at base level benefits. They generally, most states, but they're all sort of different. Most states don't ask you how much money you made last year to determine your eligibility. They just ask you what your business operations were. So you should get your base level benefits. H2O. Oh, he has an interesting comment. He says he's watching on Fire Stick and he sees the views as less. No, we see the views on YouTube on reporting on the front end are delayed dramatically. So it can say like 10 views on the front end. It can be like 3,000 really, because we see they're shown on the back end. They're not up to date initially. Shan is enlightenment. If there's a issue with person's claim, it means his investigation has to be done. Meaning when the claimant computer program 212 beauty makeup tips beauty channel. Hey, it's Florida. It's paying PUA. I was approved. Of course, denied first UI. So she's a Florida person, or he's a Florida person. I'm getting trashed and feathered by viewers who are. I'm saying he and she and me and he. I don't know the gender sometimes in the screen name, but he or she is a Florida viewer and applied for UI, got denied because independent contract. Now applied for PUA and got approved. I got the $600 twice. Just so you know what to tell the viewers, the real problem in the system in Florida, the real problem in the system in Florida is that when this happens, the PUA button on the side doesn't exist the way the business owner wasn't able to apply. Now they do it, but it happened after 3 closings in March 29th. That's why they said reapply if you had UI before April 5th, because they didn't have the button to apply. You get me, LA? I hope this info helps from people. So she's explaining that there's a button that disappeared on the Florida website that goes and comes and goes and comes. It's sort of like a bad dessert cart at Mar-a-Lago. It just sort of comes and goes. So no shade to any party. But yeah. Can you increase your PPP loan before deposit? I mean, I'm not covering that. Sorry, Vicky Vaught. Indiana I would report earnings any. Indiana will continue to pay some of the state's minimums as long as you're unemployed. As you're underemployed. I've been told PUA will continue. I can't get back to work if hospitals reopen to vendors. Great point. Renee, I'm in Pennsylvania. The system is overloaded. Seems like the system freezes up and you cannot file weekly claims. And if you can, it doesn't confirm your file. Tons of issues. They send out a universal email. Reps, your channel is the best info. Yeah, a lot of here's a word of advice. A lot of these websites, these states are not technically strong. They're not built on very strong servers. So when you're on a page, if it allows you to save what you're doing on the page before you go to the next page, some say save before you go on, always save it. Because what happens if you go forward and you don't save it and the website locks up on you, you have to start all over again. Moreover, a lot of these websites are just bad, and so sometimes apply in the middle of the night when there's less people on the site. Laura, hey, I'm an independent contractor doing transcriptions. I will, as an independent contractor, self-employed, will I lose my unemployment benefits if I do not return to work for them? So I answered your question in the other video, but I want to answer it here as well. If you are an employee on unemployment assistance and you decline an offer to go back to work, your benefits will be cut. The state can see what your employer is offering you and what you're declining. And I mean when you just don't go back to work because you just don't want to. I don't mean you don't go back to work because you have COVID or something like that. Now, if you're a PUA person and you don't go back to your place of employment, there's not an inherent paper trail because you are yourself. Don't think, though, that necessarily is going to work for you. My brother lives in Pennsylvania. He claimed to make $60,000 driving Uber. He received a $572. He received $572 a week in PUA benefits plus $600 from the federal stimulus. Wow. So here's another Uber Lyft driver who just cleaned up on the system. He was somehow able to get maximum benefits of $1,100 a week. Where some states aren't even processing escalated benefits. They're keeping people at $100 a month. Off $100, awful. Robert Sandoval, my girlfriend was approved effective 4/19, Notice of Assistance Award. One thing is, before the award, she applied again, no answer, EDD. Maybe that's what confused her. Sean, can I ask how you say you need unemployment because you really have no income or money, but others take the money and then wait in line for the presidential rally? Those people shouldn't be taking unemployment since they care more about a rally. Abina, what does it mean for you to tell them you don't have enough money to claim after you've applied for the unemployment for the first time? Oh no, that was in response to a person who had a question yesterday that went back to work and had income and didn't know if they could still certify for benefits and get benefits. And the answer was, well, if the amount of work that's reduced when you go back to work is lower than the threshold of the state's benefits payout, you may still get paid out from the federal from the state. Giovanni, good intelligence. Robert Henson, thank you for supporting this channel, Robert. George's a hot mess. Awful. Just saying, to file back pay certification in Nevada, you have to call a number. Getting through is a huge challenge. Earlier filers are now being asked to provide all this information. Oh my God, really horrible. Bombshell, another person. Nevada. If you're ready to file an existing claim or file a new claim, it will likely backdate because affected by the pandemic. There'll be a link after logging in. Oh, good. Maybe McSwain, Woohoo, Florida. She got a back pay for $2,200 and $1,100, and her husband got $1,100. Great. He gets UA and PUA. I only get PUA. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can get UA, UI, and PUA as one person. I don't know. I really don't know. Because most of the viewers of this channel have asked, which one do you get? I thought you only get one, but maybe I'm wrong. Gregory Peach, escalated benefits are tough. Very well said. That's been my topic. They are not answering questions through the portal, and they don't answer the phone. Apply for benefits. I'm in California. We'll keep trying. $50,000 gross. I qualify for the maximum. You know, I think they're doing it on purpose, Gregory Peach. I mean, I've been detailing this since April 25th, that if you made $30,000 in gross rev in 2019, you qualify for escalated benefits, which is about $300 to $400 per week from your state, not the $130 to $169. Guess what? They don't want to answer the phone to process the money. And you know why? They don't want to give you the money. Do you have to claim invoice payments that were dated prior to March 29? I don't understand that question. If you have questions in today's video, I'm sure you do. Drop them in the comments below. This is one of 3 Second Stimulus Check videos today. Earlier, there are some really great videos, so please catch them. I'll drop them in the links above. As always, stay with LA for more.